Hello, welcome to the Schneider's Bureau booth. We're here with Josh from Malekko Heavy Industry. Now, if you saw yesterday's videos, you will have noticed that the Roland System 500 modules, the analog modules, were made in conjunction with Josh. So I'm really curious, Josh, just to sort of find out how this came about. You know, what's the backstory?
Well, you know, it happened, I don't even know if we could say by accident, but I met the people from Roland last year at the Tokyo Modular Fest, and we really hit it off. And after the fest, I just kept in contact with them, and I don't really know when to shut up ever. So I sent some, an email basically just kind of pitching the idea, really fully expecting never to hear back, and a whole bunch of people in Japan laughing hysterically at the absurdity that a little company in Oregon would be a partner with Roland. And to my surprise, I got an email, sorry, I just went through puberty right there. To my surprise, they responded right back saying pretty much that they were thinking the same thing. And after I regained consciousness, we started talking, and it was a really natural progression to start the creative process.
So I'm guessing they gave you access to the schematics and the kind of original stuff that made these modules so Roland, right?
Yeah. So can you imagine? Me. They flew me to Tokyo. Hamamatsu, where Roland facility is, and I'm in a meeting, and I asked for schematics, gentleman gets up and in the meeting walks out, and about 10 minutes later comes by with a file of real Roland schematics, a little different than what you'd see on the internet, and basically, so I was just like, wow, I could just ask for anything and they'll just give it to me. So I got some coffee and a
flying car
and a snack and a whole stack of schematics.
So when you're building these things, I mean, what was the decision behind going for these modules first? Because there are a whole range of System 100.
That was really difficult. And my initial plan was a little bit different than here. I pitched 8 modules to begin with. 4 analog, 4 digital, and it morphed into these 5 System 100 700-esque modules. I initially was going to focus a little more heavily on SH series. SH5 filters are pretty awesome to me. And then this just kind of naturally happened. I started on the oscillator. And then one of the tasks I had to do was I had to recreate Roland internal parts using modern components. And once you kind of crack that seal, this just naturally happened. And I'm really, really surprised and thrilled that it morphed into this.
So. What's so special about the VCOs in the system? I mean, maybe you could just give us a little bit of a kind of tour.
It's a super stable. It's just meaty. It's flexible. There is a tremendous amount, of power in that little module. It's extremely flexible. It's just meaty. I love it. I mean, there's 6 modulation inputs on this thing. 6 outputs. The sync is very, very distinct sounding, and it's what you think of when you think of classic Roland.
Have you got anything patched up that we could maybe take a listen to?
Yeah. So I started a little patch this morning, so basically I'll just put a little kick here so you get the feel, so it doesn't sound. So this is the bass line. We'll turn the kick down a little bit. It is all System 500 in the bass line. So we just have a basic signal flow and a bunch of modulation. So we have a square wave going into this filter, going into this beautiful phaser. I'm just in love with this thing. And if we turn the mix down, the original one didn't have this crossfader, but I did a cross trade from dry, full 100% dry to full wet, and then put a CV input here so you can modulate that to add a little bit more dynamics to your playing.
So what's interesting, there are so many control voltage inputs, so you could, when we spoke to Simon from London Modular yesterday, he was just adding up filter modulations, and it was just getting really quite complex quite quickly.
So it's really awesome because you can do that. So I have, just imagine in a performance. So right now I have just an envelope modulating this, or right now I have frequency modulation. Now I have both.
So you could just bring them in and out quite quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are 5 more or 4 more inputs I could be utilizing.
So I noticed you said you changed something on one of the modules. How much flexibility was there for you to be able to deviate from the original designs?
Surprisingly, I was encouraged to add features to this and not just reprint. I'm also not really interested in direct clones of something. This is a something else. I want to expand on the System 100M or System 700. I want to take a module a little further than it did, and hopefully inspire a little bit more creativity in the user.
So we're still not totally sure when they're going to be coming out. I mean, these are still prototypes, right? We're still kind of, is this final build, or are they going to be changed to componentry and pots and stuff like that, or what's the?
No, these are prototypes of various stages. What my process goes like this: I make a broad stroke, and that is, can I get this thing to work based off a schematic? The second phase is, all right, now I need to tune it in meaning the things that didn't work, I need to get them to work. And that's where these are. And the third stage is, now I need to fine tune this.
That seems like parameter scaling, those sort of things.
Absolutely. And I was fortunate enough to meet the gentleman who made the System 100M at NAMM this last year. We became friends. He lives in Los Angeles, and the next prototype that I receive, or that I create, I'm giving to him, and I want his final approval before we officially go into production.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm super thrilled about that. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Josh.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Best of luck with it.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.